Howdy, Space Rangers, Captain Phoenix here. Today we're back with another CinemaSins video. We're dunking on CinemaSins yet again. You guys delivered on your promise. Last video, I said if you got that video up to 5 likes, I would send CinemaSins Finding Dory. And here we are, 5 likes later, and boom. So obviously, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you guys to leave a like for the next video, which you guys are gonna tell me which one to send. It can be any video they've made or on a movie that you really liked or whatever, and you want me to look at it. That will be up to you guys. However, that's for the end of this video. For now, we're gonna look at how CinemaSins decided to dunk on Finding Dory, a sequel to Finding Nemo, which you guys know I absolutely love to death. While Finding Dory isn't the best movie, it's not bad than the first one, I still think it's a somewhat worthy sequel. I can't bring myself to hate this. It's still in the Finding Nemo universe. So let's see what CinemaSins has messed up with this movie, because trust me, there's a lot. Without further ado, let's get into it. This is everything wrong with Finding Dory.
Fish has gone missing? This makes me feel like the NSA dude at the end of Hunt for Red October. You've lost another submarine?
What does that even mean? My man's here acting like people getting kidnapped in real life doesn't happen like all the time. This is the equivalent of asking, another person went missing? How could that happen? Surely we don't live in a world where people can get lost in a strange place or kidnapped. That's ridiculous.
Think, Mark!
Hi, I'm Dory. Can you please help me?
Finding Nemo opened with a gut-punching emotional scene of loss of life, setting the urgency tone early. This movie opens with a scene of a forgetful child, then cuts straight to her being alone. The movie could have done itself tons of favors by showing us the actual moment Dory lost track of her family, but instead we just glossed that over.
First of all, it's not fair to compare these two films' openings. They were both competent and did their job. Finding Nemo did its job of setting an existential high-tension tone, while this movie does its job of setting an introspective, mentally challenging, and lower-stakes tone. Both are completely different movies with completely different tones. That doesn't make this movie bad just for doing its own thing. It's literally just having its own identity. Also, the film doesn't gloss over that. It was meant to be a surprise or twist for the story. They were literally building up to that scene throughout the course of the movie. And I assume you watched the movie because you're sinning it. Since that's 2 sins in 1, guess how much you're gonna get? That's right, Tato.
Sin is for the fact that her blindly trusting ass hasn't been gobbled whole by a bigger fish yet.
Now this is a proper tonal sin. The last movie emphasized how dangerous the ocean is, yet baby Dory just gets to swim without a care in the world. Where the hell was this proper thinking earlier? Were you drunk? So one sinner for CinemaSins having a brain for a minute. Enjoy it. This moment does not last long.
Did the fish come up to the surface to stare at the stars? That's actually laughably stupid, but whatever. Good Milky Way shot, Pixar. You're perfect.
Some fish, especially ones found in the trenches, do come up to the surface to eat at night, as there's no sunlight to disturb them. So here's 2 sins. One for being wrong about fish, which I am sinning you for, because you did do research on the last movie, so I don't know why you didn't do for this one. And 2, for hating a Pixar fish movie. Oh, and for sucking and being a heartless person and whatever. 2 sins.
Oh, my boat! They took my son! Finding Nemo Origins.
Sinning Finding Nemo.
There is no mercy. Whole year? Making it a whole year is going to make it very hard for me to swallow that Dory will be successful in finding her parents.
Why? What is so unbelievably hard to swallow about Dory finding her parents after a year? Abandoned/orphaned kids can find out what happened to their parents decades after the fact. And if I've learned anything from the movies, it's that they can do it on their own from a very young age.
Also, you're telling me that after the original Finding Nemo adventures, she's managed to stick around, but then a whole year after that, she's going to wander off? Seriously?
At this point, I'm even questioning if you even watched the movie. Dory doesn't wander off. She finds out where she's from and asks Marlin and Nemo in helping her find her parents. It looks like dumb Jeremy's back. I guess I can stop worrying now. I told you that moment wasn't gonna last forever.
Marlin, but why did you bring her here if you told her she couldn't go on the field trip anyway? And hasn't Nemo been through enough shit that he could have made this trip on his own?
Yes, because my kid survived a kidnapping, he can surely walk to school on his own, even though he's still a child, as in underage, and I am very capable of helping him, but you don't want me to. So it's fine, let him go on his own. It's only been a year. He can take care of himself.
Right there. Apparently Dory, who was never taught about reproduction, knows about reproduction. And also the act of egg fertilization is given the same Puritan embarrassment as human reproduction, even though these kids are a year older and should already know this.
Kids. You just said it yourself. Kids. A year later doesn't change that. Unless that is specifically what they're being taught about, which is not. They're learning about, I don't know, going home or echolocation, whatever. They are not being taught about reproduction. So they shouldn't need to know it in this scene. This would be like having 5-year-olds going to kindergarten or whatever, and then coming back as 6-year-olds for like primary school, and then teaching them about reproduction in that class. First of all, it's not the right class for them. Second of all, it's not the right age for them. And even if you didn't want to teach them, I feel at that point it's either gotta be addressed or it's for the parents to do it. I don't see why you get mad at Dory and the kids not knowing this stuff is important to you. Stop treating a year like a decade. My main problem isn't even about the reproduction, it's about how he treats a year like it's a goddamn 10 years instead.
Somewhere out there is my family.
It's a massively ginormous ocean, though. Do you really think you can strike finding a missing fish goal twice?
Again, people have found long lost family members before. Why are you pretending like this kind of thing doesn't happen?
So, as happy as I am to see Dude Crush again, he rides the East Australian Current and shouldn't have any f***ing knowledge or ability to get these fish to California.
Okay, so that's the one thing you do research on. God damn, alright, fine, once and off.
Feeding the fishes!
Recommend us! Squirt hasn't aged a day in the last year. I'm concerned about his growth and lack of nutrition.
Again, stop treating a year like a decade. Also, Nemo hasn't aged as well, and I don't see you complaining about that. 2 sins.
Dory somehow doesn't see or doesn't react to this scary giant-ass eyeball that appears right in her field of view while Marlin is talking.
He says as he shows us Dory reacting to the giant eyeball.
This is why you don't bring your child on intercontinental ocean adventures.
Says the guy who said a child should take care of themselves.
Over there. Go wait over there and forget. It's what you do best.
This is super mean for a fish that's lived near her and called her friend, and tolerated her forgetfulness for an entire year. And now...
Guys, I just realized Jeremy is blind. That's why he never understands what's going on. He's blind and dumb. Can he not see that Marlin is very clearly angry, and angry people say dumb things?
Or she's going to get just far enough to get separated from them to cause further calamity. All because Marlin was an uncharacteristic dick.
He was angry! Gosh, were people never angry back in 2016?
And then this person absent-mindedly throws a regal blue tang out into the whale shark tank. I mean, people look at things, right?
Clearly not you.
We were pipe pals!
Because aquarium rehab places like this always have pipes connecting each exhibit for easy marine life communication, of course.
Mans clearly has never heard of water circulation, and given that Destiny's closure is right next to the ocean, I honestly do not understand how he could even be confused.
An ocean exhibit.
A fish with a memory problem, a shark with an eyesight problem, Nemo's weak fin. It's almost as if these movies think disabilities are easy joke fodder.
It's almost as if these movies were made to show that disabilities do not hold you back, or make you less of a person, or that you can overcome them and adapt to a new lifestyle. Man, 2016 really was a different time, wasn't it?
Get it?
What are you even doing? We're calling it over, of course.
In the animal kingdom, the pronoun game is a huge problem, even worse than poaching or overfishing.
Okay, teen me thought this was the funniest thing ever. Once and off.
You have wasted my time.
Wait, no.
That transport truck leaves at dawn and I'm not missing it, so give me your tag.
I honestly can't argue with a single thing this guy says here.
So why are you sinning it? Jeremy sins something he likes cliche, I guess.
It's at this point Jeremy lost his ability to sigh.
This segment of the video really pissed me off when I was younger. Still kinda does now. Plus, TV Sins suck. It's another CinemaSins spin-off channel. Kinda garbage at times. And I can only assume that this guy's voice is the same one behind that other channel. Either that or I am extremely dumb. So here are 10 free sins for you, TV Sins.
This is a sigh moment. The movie thoroughly extinguished all of them in the first 30 minutes, so I've been forced to do it. Sigh.
God, it's Marlin and Nemo. But why the f*** did Dude's echolocation show a much larger fish this whole time? Was it for suspense purposes? I bet it was.
Marlin and Nemo were swimming side by side. You do realize that, right? Right? Or is this blind Jeremy again? Hell, you can even see it in the pipes. We have Marlin at the back here who's slightly faded out, and Nemo at the front who's more visible. Like, I don't get what the confusion is.
You made all that happen.
Did she? I think the sea turtles, the pelican, and the dentist's tankfish deserve a lot more credit than you're giving them here. I mean, did you even see the last movie?
You clearly didn't. considering that Dory did help a lot. Dory helped Marlin all throughout that journey. She helped him with the anglerfish, the jellyfish, kinda, the whale, and she found Nemo. My god, man, you suck at your job.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Is this quarantine?
Yes, this is it.
And just in time to be carted away, too. You were about 5 seconds away from being on the floor and dead, but luck is so much on your side, you should buy a fish lottery ticket right now.
Okay, teen me found this funny. 1 cent off.
And it's miraculously lit, unlike all the other loser tanks in here.
Jeremy clearly has never heard of tunnel vision.
Nature, all these open-topped fish tanks were in the right order for this progression of jumps. The screenwriter or God? I want to know what kind of Marine Life Institute leaves a fucking vat of mop water lying around.
No, just stop. So you're not gonna take away your previous sin because the movie did what you asked it to do. You were wondering why they were able to jump from tank to tank, and then here we see a tank being moved, and you're not in? No? Okay? Cool. Same thing here, buddy. 2 cents for you.
I can be more specific. My them.
All movie long, Dory's been talking about her parents and calling them by name, but suddenly she forgets Marlin and Nemo and is fucking clueless because the plot needs her to be.
It's called stress, and for someone with Dory's condition, I wouldn't expect any less. The real sin is that everyone's too much of a douchebag to help her. Just like real people. Da-da-da-dun-dun.
Okay, the parents put this together and hung out here for years, just in case Dory somehow came here. This is like the parable of the talents, and these parents are the ones that buried their talent, which did not impress the master. It's a big f***ing ocean, y'all. Last movie we saw what a real parent does when a child goes missing. He goes looking for them.
And where would they have begun? Do you care to explain? Please, I would love to hear how you thought this movie could have gone. In the first movie, Marlin followed the boat, and when he lost it, he used the address on the diving mask. He had at least a few clues to help him find Nemo. In this movie, Dory got lost way before her parents were released from the institute, and she also disappeared without a trace. She didn't have a mask on her, no boat took her, nothing. She just went down the pipe and was gone. So of course they couldn't just go look for her, you imbecile. They had nowhere to start. This scene is so bad, I'm actually just gonna throw a casual 100 sins and move on.
Amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong. Stupid! You're so stupid!
Think we stayed put here all these years, instead of going to the MLI and finding a way back in the exhibit, which would have been way more logical considering the problem-solving skills of fish in these movies, but okay.
What do you mean? Why would they go back into the exhibit if they saw Dory get flushed into the open ocean? I really worry for you, Jeremy. Cocomelon has truly rotted your brain.
Are we there yet?
Not yet.
Are we there yet?
Not yet.
Are we there yet?
Not yet.
Are we there yet?
Let's play a game.
Because even if they decide to get back into the institute, right? How would they even get back? Look at the process it took for Dory to get back. She got taken into the institute by wearing plastic, by wearing rubbish. Okay, fine. So let's say they didn't wear rubbish. Let's say they didn't think of that and they wanted to get into the institute somehow. How did Marlin and Dory get in? They had to talk to some sea lions, and they had to get a bird, then they have to jump through some water sprinklers to get in. Basically, getting into the institute was almost as hard as getting out of the institute. So I don't even know what your complaint is.
Dory, follow me!
But of course she doesn't follow, because this movie
He says as he shows Dory actively trying to follow them.
props and respect to this movie for giving us fun visuals underneath much of the end credits. Something not enough movies do. 1 sin removed.
As it should. 1 sin off. And the sin tally is 135 sins. And given that the amount of sins they gave for this movie was 141, you can tell this was a really bad combined, but whatever. It's CinemaSins. It got progressively worse over the years. And your sentence, CinemaSins, shall be, specifically Jeremy, get your eyes checked, please. I beg of you. There have been so many instances throughout this movie where you just did not see a single thing. So please, get your eyes checked. Just a friendly recommendation from your friendly neighborhood Captain Phoenix. But yeah, anyways guys, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I did try and put more work into it, wrote the script better, tried to include more edits and all that stuff, tried to definitely talk faster to keep you more engaged. So I definitely hope it makes up for the crap quality of the last one, because that Lion King video, ooh, that was rough. But you know, it's all in the past, so let's move on. Remember guys, get this video up to 3 likes. That's right, only 3 likes. Get this video up to 3 likes and leave a comment on this video as to which movie you want me to sin next, or to dunk on CinemaSins next. So whatever video CinemaSins have made on, you guys let me know which one you want me to dunk on them for. If it's a movie I haven't seen, I promise I'll watch the movie and then I'll dunk on CinemaSins for it. So remember, 3 likes and a comment, and I'll pick whichever comment gets the most liked, or I guess which one I like most. And remember, this is entirely your choice. Come at me with the weirdest movies you got. So anyways, guys, remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, slap a cow, be sure to share with your friends, leave a comment again as always. And with that, it's been a great video. Thank you so very much for watching, guys. I have been Captain Phoenix, and with that, I will see you in another universe. Goodbye, my Rangers.